YouTube, what's down with y'all boys? This your boy Zell, back with another vid. Well, if y'all hear some noise, it's my dumbass neighbors' dogs. But with that being said, the survivor, Canelo, turns down biggest prize of his entire career, daring to survive. No, huh?
I represent Mexico.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So David Benavidez's promoter just revealed that PBC has offered Canelo Alvarez $55 million guaranteed up front to fight David Benavidez. And to nobody's surprise, Canelo Alvarez, he turned down the offer. You know, for the Canelo Alvarez
Let me
fight,
rewind that for y'all.
guaranteed up front. So David Benavidez's promoter just revealed that PBC has offered Canelo Alvarez $55 million guaranteed up front to fight David Benavidez.
All right. If this is indeed facts, your man's the biggest duck in the sport, bro. If this is indeed facts, he ducking. If he turned down the biggest purse of his career, similar to what Tank did, Tank turned down the biggest purse of his career. No, not the biggest. Was it the biggest? I'm not sure. To fight Haney, close to the biggest purse of his career. And this dude Canelo literally just stalled out Benavidez. Benavidez moved up. Now he tired of waiting for this dude, bro. He's been waiting for probably like 3 years, bro.
And to nobody's surprise, Canelo Alvarez, he turned down the offer. You know, for the Canelo Alvarez fans that are always defending Canelo Alvarez, I remember years ago they would say things like, oh, well, you know, Canelo, he's avoiding Jamal Charlo or Demetrius Andrade because this is all about business. It's about business. He's trying to make the most money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So how do you guys explain the fact that Canelo Alvarez is turning down more money than he's ever been offered for one single fight against David Benavidez? How do you explain that? And you can't say, oh, well, you know, David Benavidez, he hasn't fought anyone. He needs to test himself more before he gets an opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez. You can't say that because Abney Yildirim didn't have to fight anyone. Smith, Liam Smith, Caleb Plant, they didn't have to fight anyone. I mean, not only has David Benavidez now fought the opponents or one of the opponents that Canelo Alvarez fought in Caleb Plant, but he also fought a guy that Canelo Alvarez has been avoiding for nearly 10 years, and that is Demetrius Andrade. Bullying Canelo and taking his lunch money for damn near 10 years, and then all of a sudden David Benavidez comes along and he beats up the bully for Canelo. I mean, if Canelo Alvarez is still going to avoid him, the least you could do is say thank you for taking care of that problem for me. And speaking of Demetrius Andrade, you see some of these Mexican fans in the comment section, David Benavidez beating Andrade just proved that he didn't deserve to fight Canelo or some silly stuff like that. You guys cannot take credit for what David Benavidez did. That was something that Canelo was supposed to do himself. He gets zero credit for letting someone else beat the bully. I mean, that's like Floyd Mayweather avoiding Manny Pacquiao, never fighting him, and then celebrating once Yordenis Ugas beats him. So with that being said, because David Benavidez or because Canelo Alvarez turned down this huge offer, now David is going to move up to 175, and he's going to fight Alexander Gustafsson to become the #1 contender.
With that being said, bro, y'all are dudes in my y'all are race fans in my comment section talking about black fighters this, black fighters that. Why y'all got so much smoke for the black fighters? Period. Just answer that question. Why y'all hate the black fighters? Because all the black fighters do is win. When it comes to Canelo, y'all ain't got a problem with him. He not making none of the biggest fights happen. He prize fighting, which is cool, but he still you got these dudes in your division who want you, and you're not challenging them. You're not taking that challenge, but you prize fighting, calling yourself the greatest in the world, the greatest, right? The greatest who ain't fought nobody, who ain't fought the top contender in his division in 2 years. Now this man Benavidez moving up, trying to be a contender because Canelo done stalled him out, and y'all about to brag about, yeah, he stalled him out. Man, that's some whole ass shit. Imagine if Errol Spence stalled out Terrence Crawford. We would have never heard the end of it, right? Never. we would have never heard the end of it. But y'all dumbass race fans in my comment section, y'all crying in my comment section. Y'all don't know boxing. Y'all are fanboys. Y'all are fanatics. Y'all are ignorant. Y'all don't know nothing about the sport or the business of boxing. Y'all just fanboys.
For Arthur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, none of these Mexican fighters today are built like David Benavidez, and David is only half Mexican. David Benavidez is daring to be great, while Canelo Alvarez is daring to survive. And that's not just something I'm saying, so you don't have to take my word for it. Eddie Reynoso himself just literally said this in a recent interview.
Creo que en esta etapa de la carrera de Saúl tenemos que ser bien cuidadosos en todo lo que vamos a hacer más adelante. ¿Por qué? Porque ya son los últimos años que va a tener Saúl como peleador y tenemos que hacer realmente lo que le convenga a Saúl en sus intereses y como te digo.
So this is what Eddie said. He said, I think at this stage for Saul, we have to be very careful in everything we are going to do further on because these are Saul's last years as a fighter. And we have to really do what is convenient for Saul and what's in his best interest. End quote. Canelo Alvarez is daring to survive. That's what his trainer just told us. This man said Canelo has to be careful because these are his last years as a fighter. In Floyd Mayweather's last years as a fighter, he fought Manny Pacquiao and Canelo Alvarez. And at the time Floyd Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao, Pacquiao was considered pound for pound number 2, the best fighter in the world. When Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo Alvarez, that was his version of fighting David Benavidez, a much bigger, much stronger, much younger undefeated champion. The only difference is Canelo Alvarez was actually much bigger than Floyd Mayweather compared to the size difference when it comes to Canelo versus Benavidez, meaning Canelo and David are more closer in weight.
No, with that being said, that is not true. Canelo probably out at the time. Let's say he rehydrate the 160. Mayweather walk around at like 150. So it's like a 10-pound difference. All right. But if we was to compare Canelo to Benavidez, I'm pretty sure Benavidez can walk around at around 200 pounds easily. And Canelo probably walk around at 170, 580-ish. So Benavidez definitely has a bigger size advantage over Canelo than Canelo had over Mayweather. I'm just gonna clarify that. I disagree with what he just said.
Canelo Alvarez needs to be careful. Terrence Crawford, he fought Errol Spence in his last years as a fighter. Andre Ward, he fought Sergey Kovalev in his last years as a fighter. And fans forget this kind of stuff. But at that time, Sergey Kovalev was considered pound for pound number 1, the best in the world on some of the pound for pound lists. And Andre Ward moved up in weight to fight Sergey Kovalev, the real crusher at the time. Muhammad Ali, he fought George Foreman in his last years as a fighter. Sugar Ray Leonard, he fought Marvin Hagler in his last years as a fighter. And this is just so ironic because Eddie Reynoso is the same guy who did an interview with Marco Antonio Barrera. And he was trying to explain why his fighter at the time, Oscar Valdez, lost to Shakur Stevenson. So he says to Barrera, you know, the black fighters, all they do is throw 2 jabs and then they run and then you lose the round. So it's just so ironic because he's implying that Mexicans have more heart than black American fighters. So why aren't you encouraging Canelo Alvarez to show that Mexican heart right now? Why are you telling him to be careful? Why aren't you telling him to do the same things that Terrence Crawford did? The same things that Floyd Mayweather did? Why aren't you telling him that you have to take risks to be great? What's the point of talking about how tough Mexicans are when you don't even want your fighter to get in the ring and show it? I mean, forget about throwing 2 jabs. You won't even get in the ring. You don't even want your fighter to get in the ring with David Benavidez and throw any punches. You know, Eddie Reynoso, he also just recently came out. He responded to this news that they were offered $55 million to fight David Benavidez, and he claims that they never received any offer at all. This is where, once again, the internet, the microphones, and the camera get you in trouble. Because when Eddie says we never received an offer, what is he saying? Is he saying, oh, if we would have received the offer, we would have took the fight? This means the next time Eddie Reynoso or Canelo Alvarez does an interview, someone needs to ask them, so if Al Heyman is offering you $55 million to fight against David Benavidez, are you going to take the offer? Remember, guys, this is not the first time Al Heyman in the PBC series offered Canelo Alvarez some unbelievable money to fight David Benavidez, and it won't be the last. Once again, the walls are closing in on Canelo Alvarez. You guys have to understand something. The walls had already closed in on Canelo before when he was forced to fight Bivol. Now they're closing in again to where he's going to be forced to take on another tough opponent. And almost every single time Canelo Alvarez was forced to take on a very tough opponent, he either lost the fight outright or he won in a controversial fashion. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Oh shit, K-pop. Ooh. With that being said, YouTube, it's crazy how they offered Canelo this huge contract and he turned it down. That's blasphemous. And if he claims to be the best, you simply cannot do things like that. Floyd, I don't think Floyd ever turned down a big money contract, no matter how disadvantaged he was. Shit, he fought Logan Paul. It is what it is. And y'all might say Logan Paul a YouTube boxer. At the end of the day, 6'3" is 6'3", 240 is 240. And he fought that guy at almost 40, 50 years old. Yeah, he fought him at almost 50 and beat him. So all this, we need to protect Canelo, do with his best interest. Man, that's duck talk. This dude Benavidez hungry. He's so hungry he moving up to become a contender to fight Bivol and these guys. And if you think Canelo looked mid against Bivol, imagine what he looked like against Benavidez, who's bigger, stronger than Bivol. Man, YouTube, y'all gotta start thinking with y'all big head, not y'all small one, cause I know y'all get aroused when y'all hear about Canelo, cause y'all man fans, y'all race fans, y'all in my comments talking about black fighter this, black fighter that. Go fight a black fighter and show him how scared he is and how bad he is. Oh wait, you won't do that because you're a man fan. Man, like my shit. Comment, subscribe, share this shit to everybody who need to hear. We're on the road to 2K7. Get to come out here too strong, man. I lay out till next time, yo.